Gagagigo.
I love Gagagigo.
That's not a real.
What's that?
Yeah, that's a real Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Yeah.
Fuck,
What set was that?
That art goes
The
hard, too.
base. I
Did
think.
you? No, you didn't have that in your. You just like the card.
It's
But
my
you don't-
favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card.
You don't like have it in your pocket or anything.
No, I don't. I've been trying to buy a single version of it because I used to have it in my wallet.
Right.
Then I lost my wallet, so Gagagigo is no longer with me at all times.
He's no longer with me. You make it sound so sad.
I want to put it behind my ID.
There you go.
So when someone's like,
Here's my ID and here's my real.
here's Gagagigo.
That's why I have Lord of D in my wallet.
Oh, right this way.
There's also D-Time.
I want like an officer, like Joe Guy gives his state issued license, and they're like, "Sir, this isn't you," and you're like,
Sorry, my
"Okay,
bad.
sorry, my bad," and then he just gives them Joe Guy.
Go Gagagigo.
No.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Gagigo. You're free to
You're
go.
under arrest. You got a warrant for.
We've been typing your name in for the last 10 minutes. We finally got it right, and yeah, you are.
You have
you're
several
coming with us,
warrants.
yeah. Just failure to pay child support.
Yeah,
Like,
something.
Mrs. Gagagigo is furious. Little Gagagigo at home is just like
Little Gook.
Instead of Cuckoo Gaga, it's Cuckoo Gaga Gigo.
Gagagigo.
That's too much.
Welcome to the pod.
Oh my god,
We're recording now.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
I'm sitting on my phone.
No, it's fine.
Shit posting on Discord.
That's fine.
Have you been recording?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
I checked this
That
time.
was the start of
That's right. So we had to replace you last episode. I don't know if you saw, but it was I just grabbed a plush that I had, and it's Snorlax. So
okay,
the whole
perfect,
last
perfect,
episode,
yeah.
Snorlax was sitting in the chair, and we started off the episode too where Matt was like, "Oh, Gabe's on his Pokemon Mystery Dungeon shit."
That's
And then
right,
the
yeah.
name tags pop up and it just says Gabe. Very funny.
I can see that's like my substitute. You know when you use your substitute.
Right.
Yeah. So now that the HP's done, I'm back.
Yep.
Yeah.
1 week.
Now
of
I'm
this.
vulnerable.
Oh,
You can
yeah.
attack me because I
mean,
substitute took the hit.
You know, that is why we talk about our feelings in the pod. We're
There
all
we go.
vulnerable.
Yes.
I'm not about to tell you guys my weakness though. So
No, that's fine.
I'm not trying to get
True,
crit.
Maybe 2 times, not 4 times.
Not 4x crit.
No.
No way. And you know I'm 2 types.
Yeah.
Just look at me.
It's what is instead of I ain't got no type. It's I definitely have 2
I
types.
definitely
Right.
I won't
have
tell
a
you.
type.
I won't tell you what they are.
Now I know Snorlax was normal type before.
True,
Did
true.
they
It was normal.
Did they give him fairy type after?
No, I
no,
don't
they
think
kept
so.
him on
No,
normal
they kept
type.
him
Yeah, they just took the Pokemon that you would think are fairy types.
Oh,
right.
You know, they were like, okay, Clefable. That's a fairy.
Right.
That's definitely
Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff. That's a fairy. So it was kind of cool.
Chansey?
Yeah, it's cool.
Chansey? No.
No, so, yeah, I think Blissey. is
Blissey might.
Blissey might. I believe
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Also, all I know is Blissey knows Dazzling Gleam, which sucks.
Yeah.
What is
Yep,
that?
It's just a really good fairy move.
Oh.
It's like the fairy equivalent of like a, I don't know, surf. Or like
Oh,
a
that's
fire
pretty
blast
good.
or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like a hydro pump.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hydro Pump, yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's the fairy version of that.
Right.
Right.
Very nice.
Yeah, so that's that. There also actually is a couple odd ones too. I forget, like, was it Snubble?
Snubble is,
yeah.
I feel like, is a fairy. He's a normal fairy.
We're getting lit up in the comments by that one person who's like, well, actually.
Actually,
Yeah.
sweet, yeah.
Kyle's.
This crazy shit. Yo.
Who else is
No.
Xerneas is...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Is that a
fairy.
fairy?
But doesn't, like,
Yeah.
that like, they just made that Pokemon when fairy type existed.
Right.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
wasn't
like, that was like the
Yeah,
big
yeah.
selling point. Like,
Right,
ooh, check out this
But
fairy.
I always like the retroactive ones.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that was
yeah.
really
Yeah, it was
interesting.
cool.
Would they do that with any other? They did that with some.
They did.
Like,
Okay, a
lot,
Alolan
yeah.
Executor
I was gonna
is
say,
like a dragon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
Like, that's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I was like, huh?
that makes sense and it's cool. But yeah, when Steel Type came out in Gen 2, there weren't a lot, but they did like Meta Knight and not Meta Knight.
Metagross?
Magnemite.
Magnemite,
And
yeah.
Magneton.
Magneton.
Yeah, not Meta. Dude, Meta Knight's very funny. He should be Steel Type.
He should be a Steel type.
But,
Steel Dark?
Yes, actually, I guess.
Yeah.
That's
Is
that's
there a
a cool
Steel
typing.
Dark type Pokemon?
No,
or
I don't think so.
I
All the
was-
fighting types killed them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, holy shit.
Yeah.
What combos are there not?
There's a few, but not many
I
left.
assume there's not a fire ice type or a fire water type.
There's a fire water type, I think Volcanion. Right?
Wow.
I think the new Galarian Darmanitan's fire ice. I could be wrong. I think he's just
I think
ice.
he's just ice. There's a couple, but they are also filling in some of the blanks. I know
Yeah.
like they
Okay.
spoiled or leaked one for the next gen. That's I think Firegrass.
Wow,
Which is not
crazy.
a type they did before.
I don't think that's
I play on the word forest fire.
Maybe. Yeah.
They just
like bear.
They just teased that funny new lemur Pokemon.
Yes, yeah. Well, so he's this is funny. I went to Shine and I was talking with Tweak, who saw all the leaks and was so excited for this Pokemon. He's like, yeah, like he just like gave me a whole bunch of info about Eyes. Because the Pokemon is based off an Eye, which is this like kind of cute but also terrifying creature that have one long middle finger, which they use to just tap on the wood to like find the bugs in a tree and then eat them.
That's crazy. That does happen in nature, though, right? I'm pretty sure something.
I'm explaining.
There's certainly an animal that does that, right?
This is the real thing.
I
didn't get to the Pokemon yet.
There's Pokemon.
No,
this
is
real.
That's even crazy.
Yeah, all this is real.
Pokemon.
Right. So the Pokemon they made, I think it's normal poison.
Okay. Oh.
I don't think it's been revealed yet.
Okay.
I think it's been like a leak that it's supposed to be normal poison, but I don't know for a fact. It's like not been said yet.
But they did like a little teaser where the monkey was like going around like doing graffiti on trees and whatnot. So he has this like weird like poison, but like
interesting. Okay,
paint kind of aesthetic.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah, like Smeagol. Is that
almost like Smeagol.
Yeah.
Smeagol's from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Smeagol. Sorry, Smeagol.
So this slight sidebar. The like monitor that we have the monitor on is slanted because I hung it up wrong. So now I can't tell if the camera's slanted or.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure we're fine. The TV is
fine.
crooked. But I think that just makes the shot look
it looks scuffed.
For the audio listeners, we're going through it right now.
Yeah, we are going through it.
We're chilling, though.
True.
I see my absence has caused...
everything is going
to
hell.
Production's going to hell.
Yeah. You were the linchpin.
Yeah.
Right.
All of us are, honestly.
Actually, speaking of production, John, did you have something you wanted to talk about?
No. Can't change my mind.
Oh, all right.
So I was telling Max, just before y'all got here, that I have the remote set up. So we can go somewhere and record.
Ooh,
so
that'll be exciting.
All I'm doing
finally
is
do the Airbnb.
Yes, exactly. So we're good to go. I also was thinking about the ball pit pod.
Yeah. God.
Pit pod.
We can reserve an hour.
Right.
Time. Just sitting with
our mics, chilling, like
just show at a McDonald's somewhere.
Oh no! I was thinking of a different ball pit.
Yeah.
No, I know the new venue, right?
Yeah,
the new Smash Local venue.
Yeah, so there's a new Smash Local venue for those who don't know, and there's a big ball pit in there.
Really?
I got to go in it, and I hadn't been in one of those in like over 25 years, and I felt when I was suspended in the balls, I felt like, am I returning to the womb?
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm in the most comfortable position I've ever been in my entire life.
I also feel like I would just, if I entered a ball pit, would instantly get a disease. I don't know why. My brain's just like,
like only children are safe, you know? Like,
column A and column B.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a fair point. I always felt every time I went to a ball pit, I always sank in.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's an abyss.
That's why I wanted to do one of those sensory deprivation tanks.
Yes.
You know?
I hated that.
I never did that.
You did it?
I did it once. Yeah, so my mom actually got tickets for me and my girlfriend to go.
I love tickets, yeah. Like, imagine like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
You know
what's funny? I just think of when you're on date night with your partner and you're just like, oh, what do we do? Like, we got Chinese food.
No, I got 2 tickets for the sensory deprivation tank.
Let's go!
We are going to go and we will feel nothing.
Yeah. So,
and it's going to be... Alright.
Right. And I don't think shared on the pod fact yet. I am terrified of sea monsters.
Yes.
Not of like the ocean or regular fish.
We definitely talk about this.
Right, just irrational fear of sea
irrational.
monsters. Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Aren't all fears irrational? No.
Yeah.
Anyway, I go into this tank, and this man says, "Hey, listen. So she's like, you're gonna fucking get nude, get in this fucking tank here, and you're just gonna sit there."
Question about the room: is it just a tank and just?
No, so it's
multiple tanks?
It's like this little area where there's so the tank's on the left side.
Yeah.
It has an opening in the wall and it's in there. Mm-hmm. Then on the right, there was a little chair and a shower.
Okay.
Because the water's like hella salted. That's how you stay afloat in it.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get out, you're supposed to shower, like wash all the salt off you.
Yep.
Then there's like a little chair just so you can hang out, I guess. But
sure, when you're done, you're just like, man,
you want to hang out?
I'm so salty and tired. I guess I'll just take a $5 on this chair.
I'm void of sensation.
Right.
Yeah, so you get into this fucking tank, and you just sort of have to sit there but it sucks because you have to be really still because water is super salty.
Really?
So if you move too much, the salt gets in your eyes and it's just terrible. It stings like hell.
That is not. That is a sensation.
Right.
How high do they fill it?
It's like maybe an inch or two of water, so it's not that much water.
Just enough to keep you up.
Right, exactly. So it's just enough for you to be like, ooh, you're not really...
You're leaning back on it, right? Yeah. Standing.
No, you're laying down.
You're laying
fully.
down,
Yeah.
Like in Stranger Things.
Yeah. But I'm also a person who, like, if I don't have 5 streams of media at once, I get freaked out.
Like, can I bring, like, my phone and watch Kripparrian while I'm in here?
I get, like, weirded out. So just having to be totally silent in this tank with nothing, I was like, this sucks. And after I got out of an hour, me and my girlfriend were in separate, like, tanks.
Yeah, it would make sense to do the
right.
same one,
and then
so
I was just like,
feeling something else.
So, hey, yo, a different kind of tank.
I was like, I never want to do this again. And she was like,
interesting.
All about it. So
it was an hour in there, or
yes, it felt like an eternity.
I was gonna say it was actually only 10 minutes. He just said he just tells you
it felt like I was
hour.
There for a full day.
Okay.
And then they came out and they were like, the guy came into the room and he was like, hello, your hour's up. And I was like, okay. And we went back up to this main area, got dressed and fucking bounced.
I wonder, do you think that they ever shortchange anyone? Like,
probably.
Yeah. I mean, if it feels that long.
Yeah, right? They just run it for 30 minutes. They're like, no.
Yeah, it's been an hour.
All the clocks are different. Like,
that's true. Right. And you're not supposed to bring, like, phones or anything.
Right.
Right, yeah.
So you wouldn't really be aware of it. So, yeah.
Some guy's like, I counted. It was only 300 Mississippi. Like, no shot.
There was I don't know why that reminds me, that extension of time. My friend who is a lucid dreamer, I don't know if any of you, have you ever...
I've done it quite a bit,
minimal, but yeah. I've had a non-zero, if that makes sense.
She told me that she had a dream where she lived multiple lifetimes. One not as a human, but one as a hedgehog on a completely different planet.
Oh, a different one.
And, that sounds like hell.
So, wait,
yeah.
How does she know what is it still a hedgehog? It was on a different planet?
Well, that's a very good question. Hedgehog's
like
a creature.
Sonic the Hedgehog?
Right.
Maybe. But, like, the fact that time can just feel infinite in your brain, and then you wake up, and then you're like...
That's like
a nightmare.
Someone I know vaguely was, like, in a coma recently for a short amount of time. But it, just happened.
Right.
And when they came back, they put a Facebook post up that was, like, just something along those lines of, like, I basically, like, lived multiple lives. Like, I had this one sort of experience where, like, I had hallucinated that AOC was trying to, like, call for my murder on national television or something. Like, all of these, like, random, like, just, like, it was so base. But all these, like, random ideas that were just, like, so, like, outrageous, but, like, felt obviously very real to them as they experienced them. But then, like, the second they woke up, they were like, yes, that was fake.
Yeah, that's a dream. That was
Wow, but that's so crazy. Is because, like, I don't, not to get all crazy on the pod, but your brain really is just tricking itself constantly, and it scares you when you have a dream like that.
All those nerve endings are firing at all times. You're gonna catch one off one. You're like, what?
Now, not to be like, is all of this a simulation? But
no,
that's
I mean, everything we sense here right now is just our brain perceiving something.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely ready. I'm ready to, like, wake up in the Matrix chamber. Literally right now.
Right. Well, because if you watch the Animatrix, which I know at least 2 of us have, right?
Absolutely.
3 of us have. So you ever do something that's, like, particularly great, you can wake up in the Matrix, and we are doing this pod, so
yeah,
we have, like, a collective awakening. Bro. I'll try and stick my fist through the jello and fist bump.
I like that.
Just me popping out of the pod, looking over to Matt's pod, like,
the Snorlax towers.
Right. The
machines
sentinels come over, like,
scanning and shit.
You good?
Yeah, no. We see the robots just like try to, like, camouflage.
Just like a quick fist for a second.
Then they're bouncing.
And then they're out.
No. It's good. They're good.
You're fine. They're chill. The chill side.
Yeah. Slide them a $5 the other way.
I don't fly their way. Go down to the local bodega in Matrix Land.
Quick QT.
Just imagine.
Can you imagine just one of those floating things?
Right. All this, like,
all the cables.
Just waiting in line at, like, a Starbucks for, like, a robot Starbucks. Oh man, so I ran this bit today. I was up near Yukon, and there was a Starbucks like right near the campus, and Nathan and I went in right like during the lunch rush. I guess like high school had just let out. Obviously, it's in between classes, and I just opened up the notes app. Like, all right, I wonder what names I'm gonna hear. And so I like just started writing them down, and it was very funny. But I felt bad and deleted it. But it was just like Ashley, Kaylee, like Michaela, like Jeffrey. Like I was just like, God damn, I need to get out of here, dude. It was so bad.
Pumpkin season is.
Dude, there was a sign that said pumpkin spice is back, and I was like, we should not have come here. We should. It's dangerous.
Yeah, that's expected. If anything, you could do a bingo of like the names.
Oh yeah, that's what I said. I'm coming back with a bingo
that
card.
One down. Yeah,
I'm painfully aware of the return of pumpkin season. Dating a golf woman.
Right.
I've every day this week had to go to a different chain store to find Halloween things.
Oh Lord, yeah, you're telling me.
Actually, I was at Shine last week, and we stopped by a coffee shop, and there was a sign. It's like pumpkin spice is back. So me and my good friend Hazardous Matthew got a pumpkin spice latte, and we both, like, we ate our little food, we had our little drinks, our little PSLs, you know? Mm-hmm. And then as we were leaving to go to the venue...
Pumpkin sucking lips.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, we did not interpret that as pumpkin spice latte.
Pumpkin sipping lips.
Yeah, it was something else. It was like pumpkin...
Yeah. But I would go to throw mine out, and I had like a quarter left. He's like, bro. And I was like, yeah? He's like, that was really bad, wasn't it? I was like, oh my god, yeah, it sucked. It was so, like, it just did not taste like pumpkin or spice or latte. They failed all three. It just tasted like this whole, I don't even know. It tasted like a pumpkin if you also ate it with the dirt. You know,
really brown. You just took the pumpkin
out. Yeah, and you're just like, dirt, you know? Like,
just what I want. Yeah, just what I want.
Yeah. That's what it was like. So don't go there. If you're in Worcester, Massachusetts, first of all, leave.
First of all, leave.
Secondly, don't go to whatever coffee shop that was.
Also, speaking of Hazmat, I was watching. I just was on a YouTube fucking hole,
right?
And I clicked on one of those, like, I think it was the score esports.
Okay.
And Hazmat came up, and I was fully thrown off. I was like, what the fuck?
Why is he here? Came up in a video.
Me every time I listen to Tweak Talks, I'm like, I know that guy.
I know that guy.
Yeah. What's he doing? Yeah.
It was like everyone that was just like old Melee heads they were interviewing, and then just out of nowhere it was Hazmat. And I'm like, whoa.
Good times.
Love him.
I saw that one set with Tweak and XL.
Oh my god,
that was a crazy set.
Yeah, very good job, by the way.
Thank you.
I counted a total of 2 no shots.
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities for that to come up during the cast because it was a crazy couple of sets, dude.
That was insane. 2 no shots and I also think 2 okays.
Oh, I say okay. Okay, yeah, I say okay.
I like that.
There was an AO.
With that specific,
there was an AO slipped in there.
One time, because like whenever Tweak plays Wario, if he just eats another man, I go, hey, yo. That's a little questionable, man. What are you as a man doing eating another man?
Eating another man, hey. And he does it. He chumps multiple times. It's not like one and...
No, it's up to the opponent. He will keep going until...
That's true. Exactly. He keeps munching.
Yeah, it does not stop. But yeah, it was a really good tournament.
Yeah, that was really good. A lot of hype. That's good. I'm glad you had fun.
And I didn't have to eat any Papa John's pizza. So
let's go.
I dodged every one.
So. That's good. Yeah, I remember at the end of that set, you said something because the sign is between them.
XL beat ESAM, and he just like. First of all, he beat ESAM and then goes to pop off, but then was like, there's this weird thing when you're popping off after a set where like you're obviously very excited, but you're still like expected to pull it together and like bump their fist or shake their hand.
Right.
XL messed up a little bit and was still very excited. Went to shake ESAM's hand.
And
so
he was hard with
this was the Papa John sign for the listeners. We're just pointing at the background, but like this is the Papa John sign. And I'm XL and Joe Man's ESAM. He just goes like.
Yeah, dude, he went nuts with it.
And so I was just like, I was like, look at that shake in front of the Papa John sign. Like, was the most over the top.
That was perfect.
Yeah,
I love it.
Trying to be as goofy as possible. It was the only way to just like, because like, okay, I talked about this with some people. I think it was you in the Discord, but no one else has gotten there yet. I have all of my Shine badges on my big collection of badges of like all the events I've ever done. If you look at the number of sponsors, it goes from like over a dozen to slowly it's like 12 to like fewer and fewer to this year where it's literally just the Summit and Papa John.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
And so that's why I was like, that they're getting their money's worth. They need you to do those ad reads because they went from 14 sponsors or whatever in 2016 to one.
Jeez, man.
Speaking of Papa John's,
Ooh.
you know, cheese.
Pizza
full
time.
size.
Pizza time.
Did you see Papa's Day of Reckoning is coming?
Dude, so
There was a tractor trailer full of Alfredo sauce that's spilled in
Oh,
the
I
I'm
saw
not,
that.
I'm not
Yeah.
allowed to talk about the Day of Reckoning per my contract.
True.
Cannot say anything about that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe when I saw it.
I was
could.
proud
definitely
of.
could.
I had the
Contractually
quickest-
obligated to.
I won't speak on it, but I could believe it. I'll tell you that one.
know
the
that it
quickest
exists.
response to that fucking Alfredo sauce bit. Just like the minute it got posted, I was able to retweet it with "I should call him." And I was very proud of that.
That's a good one.
But other than that, what have you boys been playing? Anything new or interesting?
I got an answer if y'all are still thinking.
Please go for it.
For better or worse, Multiverses.
Let's go.
But I've had this terrible dilemma at my new apartment where I have really sick internet, but a really bad wireless card on my computer, and I'm across the house. And so
where
I
the router is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't run a wire yet, which I will do when I get back there. But I'm literally like speed testing on my phone, and I have really good internet here.
Right.
But it blows the apartment internet blows this one out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
On phone Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that my wireless card sucks.
It's really
and so like
trash.
I'll be like destroying some people, and then like it'll just cut out, and like
Mm.
I get like the worst is I've been playing a lot of Jake's.
Okay, yeah.
And actually, I don't even have to explain. Well, maybe to Max, but I know
Yeah.
you two have been gaming.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
But
I've been
Jake the
Multiversus
dog with
gaming.
lag is so frustrating because I'll see him do like winding up, a
Charging
punch,
up his punch,
and
yeah.
then the next frame it is just extended and hitting me.
And
I-
exact, wherever you are, it doesn't matter.
yeah,
It's
because
just-
I have like a not great connection.
Right.
I have that problem too with his like little axe move.
Yes,
His, like, up
yeah,
special
he loves
little
it, yeah.
whoosh.
Oh, yeah. It's
And it
huge,
sucks
yeah.
because it's like the game will fucking lag and I'll see it coming out,
And then it's
and then
just,
by the time it's there, it's like
yeah, yep.
oh
Yeah.
fuck, I guess I got hit. All right.
And so it's very frustrating. So anyone, if you have seen me on Multiverse and you beat me in the last like 3 days, you didn't.
It
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah,
count.
you are a fraud. See me when I get the wire.
How
and-
much is a wireless card? Or...
They're not that
That's not
bad.
They're not that bad, but the
That's
thing
something
is,
you
my
put in the computer?
motherboard. Yeah, my motherboard's pretty full.
Yeah.
So I have this
Yeah.
like shitty USB one.
Mm.
And that's
Oh,
the
I see.
problem.
Like the little
You have-
physical motherboard, like space to put the.
Yeah,
Right, like there's no more
Oh.
dim slots.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
them,
So I have a
follow.
USB one.
Yes,
but
I'm
I
a
also
prepaid,
pre-built
pre-built
Andy.
computer.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a pre-built
Pre-built
Andy.
But I have
Shout out to
100.
Paul Brown.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
another big Andy, big Andrew himself.
Prepaid
Yo.
Andy.
I have a 100-foot Ethernet cable, either
Wow,
here
that
or
exists.
in. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's a dumb question. I mean, what do IT people do
Yeah.
at large
No, they're just like
conventions?
they're
Yeah.
at the Ethernet factory and just like, all right, 99 feet.
All right, that's
Yes,
it.
that's
Yeah,
it.
that's it.
Can't go any
Smart.
higher.
Get
You know?
Get an
Gabe.
extender,
Yeah.
asshole.
Yeah, like every 25 feet, there's
Right,
like a
coupler.
Yeah, coupler.
Yeah.
At massive venues.
That was me in high school in computer science. There was one time I have a photo somewhere on my phone I can find. We had what we called the definitely gonna start a fire adapter.
Oh yeah.
Because
Really?
we had this
Okay.
old ass network switch that ran off a parallel USB connector, and we needed that to get
Oh my
to.
God.
I forget exactly what it was. I think it was RGB or some crazy shit, right?
Mhm.
And we could not find just a parallel to RGB connector. We had to get 6 different connectors and chain them
I
together.
love that.
And so it was like 2 feet long.
Yeah.
And it was just like, if you mess this shit up just a little bit and there was like any sort of flammable material near it, this shit was gonna go.
It's gone. Yeah, it's
Like
gone.
one dust bunny rolls like that. It's just go,
Yeah.
I definitely remember that.
That was very fun. I love that little fella.
My favorite is my friend. So I had 2 friends growing up. We were like the 3 Musketeers.
Mhm.
Me, John, me,
Different John.
Oh.
another John, and our friend Ryan.
John with an H or also
He had an
J-O-N?
H, yeah.
Okay.
So I don't fucks with any. I don't think any other John I know in my life is just J-O-N. Honestly,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I only know of one other.
Actually, I know
Go on.
one. Yeah, Jonathan O'Connor, but
Oh, I know
Okay.
John Rivera.
I'm gonna.
John
Okay,
Rivera.
I'm
He
gonna.
has not updated his Facebook in 6 years, so
Oh,
he
well,
doesn't
yeah,
exist.
he's
So,
He might
yeah.
be dead. Yeah, you don't know.
Oh, we
I'm
know.
gonna censor both of them, and they will be.
Right.
But anyway, so we would go to John's house and we'd do LAN parties. We'd bring our computers over, play Counter-Strike or whatever. WoW, too. Which isn't really like a LAN party game, but that's not part of the point.
It's nice to be
Regardless,
around
right.
each other.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Just hang
true.
out.
Yeah, that's true.
And so I would plug my computer into the router. every time. Because I'm just I never liked wireless anything.
No, same.
And so the problem is his room was like upstairs.
And the router was
downstairs. So it was whatever. We would like be in the same house on TeamSpeak, or like I could like I don't know run a wire. But eventually he got mad because his connection sucked. When he saw my connection, I would like speed test on the same network.
Right.
And so he would go out and like convince his parents to buy him like those Wi-Fi extenders.
Oh yeah.
Which I think were a scam.
I mean, I'll admit I have one.
I did.
They work pretty good.
Okay.
Feel like,
well, they made his connection a little bit better.
Okay.
Slightly, right?
Yeah. And we're talking like each of those units are kind of expensive.
They are.
Oh, yeah,
especially
they are.
back in the day.
Back in the day, there was.
And he had at least 2, probably 3, because he also had a big house.
Yeah.
So I guess it probably didn't matter how much those extenders were, but he had a bunch, and he still just wasn't doing it. And so eventually, I was like, you know what? Why don't you try this? And I just pulled out his humongous Ethernet cable.
Yes.
And so he like plugged it into his computer and then threw it over his like balcony.
No way.
Downstairs and then ran into the router, and it was just so much better.
Night and day difference, right?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it was so fun.
2 years ago, I rewired my entire house with Cat6,
Oh.
and we had a similar situation where the router's downstairs, so we had a hole that went up into my room and up into this other room that my dad works in, and it's just like, nope, we're having wired connections everywhere. There's no way. Even if the wireless is good, it's still
not as good as one wire.
I might be outing myself here. I have a pretty good connection, but I have been a wireless Andy for all of my life.
Unbelievable.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Could not be me.
Yeah, I'll admit that too. I mean,
too.
the longest time ever I was... Because I used to have the router upstairs in my room, so I'd plug it in, but then I moved downstairs to the basement until I moved out with my girlfriend. And I was wireless the whole time. I even got the extender thinking it would work. I think I went from 2 megabytes to 3 megabytes.
It is an increase.
It is an increase, yeah. So $20 well spent.
Yeah, 50% increase too.
When you think about it that way, yeah. And I always feel like it things like that come up to, like, you have to replace the wires. I don't know how often you should replace the wires in your house. Because my parents had the wires in when they bought the house, which was at least like 30 years ago. So I'm sure, 30 years of running electric connection and stuff like that.
Shit deteriorates no matter what.
Right, yeah. I wouldn't, if pests, maybe.
Oh, that's
true.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
A little internet nice.
Yeah,
like connected to the computer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
So what did you do throughout your house? Cat6?
Cat6,
Is that like a type of cable?
Yeah, so most... I don't remember when Cat6 came out. It was definitely
2015, 2016?
Yeah, I was going to say within the last decade. Now there's Cat7, but I mean, like, I got 500 feet of Cat6 cable, and I crimped so many wires.
I did that in high school.
And man, it's so easy to fuck up because, I mean,
you
have to split every color off.
And especially since you're colorblind, that must have sucked
Holy
extra.
Oh, yeah, that's
mostly good, no?
Yeah, actually not too bad.
Yeah.
The orange and the green sometimes is weird, but the orange is a little deeper, so it's not too bad. But you have to split them, make sure they're flat, make sure that the heads are even, pop it into one of the I don't know what you call them. Terminators, yeah. Crimp it and test it. You have to do both ends, obviously. Test it, make sure that it's actually running a signal, and then you got it. And I went through all 500 feet of that thing.
That's crazy. Like, real quick?
Over time. I did give some to our
house?
friend Jeff.
Nice.
But yeah, that was it.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a nice experience because now I know how to do that.
Terminate cables, right?
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm friends with a certified electrician.
Literally, if you ever want me to run cable, and that's not a euphemism.
I definitely,
at all.
Depends on whether
some people lay pipes, some people run cable.
I love that.
Yeah.
Depends on if I move into my parents' home. I would want to rewire the whole thing if I'm going to stay there.
Definitely.
Right.
So
I may need your help on that.
The reason why I did it before was I was streaming more, and Cat5 you can only, even if your internet plan is good, if your wiring is bad or the
outdated.
Like Cat5 only goes up to a certain amount of megabits, but Cat6 you can get, you can make more of it. I think it's like Cat5 is like tens of megabytes, but Cat6 you can do hundreds of megabytes.
Okay, that makes sense.
So it's just like, well, I have to rewire the house, and that did help But yeah, it was interesting. It's a good time.
Will internet ever get faster than what it is now?
I mean, fiber.
Sure, eventually.
I mean, like fiber's running into more places.
Well, yeah, we got a gigabit connection right now.
So fiber is like the next.
That's probably the ceiling
technology.
Right? Isn't that like the speed of light?
I know, right? Yeah,
Fiber.
speed of light would be the.
Right. Yeah, that'd be the next.
I don't know. Yeah,
that's crazy to think of that.
We there was something I heard about years ago called Lightbox, and I don't know if that was what it was called, but it was like a completely different form of internet that was insane, like beyond fiber, but it was like not the same structure. I don't know what it was.
Wow. What do you call it? Recently, a little fun bit. Bungie has decided they wanted to pull me back in and playing Destiny. So I'm playing a fuckload of Destiny right now.
I remember that board meeting. They were like, let's get Joel.
Let's get him back in.
Quarterly sales. Next bullet point. Let's get Joel back in.
They must be doing something because I also have been getting a lot of like Destiny ads, and I think the DLC is on sale.
Yeah, Destiny $30.
Yeah, Destiny
2. What it was for me was I got like some sort of ad. It was actually so I used to play a shitload of Destiny 1 with some dudes from high school, and then they talked to me recently and they're like, "Hey man, Destiny 2, all the DLC right now you can get it like free for the week, and then at the end of the week it's going to go on sale or whatever the fuck.
Right.
Just download it, give it a shot, and see how you like it." And they also put in one of the original Destiny 1 raids, my favorite, Vault of Glass.
Raid.
Yeah, my favorite like raid from the vanilla game, and I was like, well, fuck. I played the raid, and I was like, I forgot how fun this was. Motherfucker. And then I got me into it, and then today I bought all the DLC again. And I'm like,
yeah.
So sad.
Is it still on sale?
Yeah, the sale I think is September 6th for all the old stuff. The new DLC...
If you do it, I do it.
Yeah, you do it. Yeah.
If you do it, I do it.
I might
honestly, do it.
I do like
it's a lot of fun.
I love looking at the boss and holding on the trigger and doing that for 30 minutes. Yeah, nothing gets me going like this.
I just got a funny little gun called the Sweet Business. It's just a little handheld Gatling gun.
My problem is I feel like I missed the Halo crossover.
So you can still get the stuff.
I'm back in.
Yep. It's like $15 for the Bungie 30th anniversary pack.
Yeah.
But you get the Halo 2 battle rifle.
That's all I needed to hear.
That's it. Yeah.
They get there's an exotic called the Forerunner, which is just a Halo Magnum.
Okay.
Which is fun. And then there's a sword that like is supposed to be the energy sword, but it's just half of it. They call it the Half Truth. Right?
That's fun. Interesting.
I'll let it slide.
And to be fair, the reason that they did none of them are exact copies, like looks-wise. And the reason they did that was because of 343 Industries. They can't actually do it.
True. It is separate IP.
There is a really cool... The quest to get the Magnum is very fun, because you have to, like, do a whole bunch of dumb shit, and then you have to go see Master Chief's little pod on the Pillar of Autumn.
Oh, cool.
And inside there is the forum. You pick it up.
Wow.
It has a little fun cutscene.
That's really cool, yeah.
Very fun.
How is raiding in that game? Is it like comparable to World of Warcraft? Because that's the only experience I have.
There's
in
a lot
raiding.
more like jump puzzles and things.
And
a lot more of like less like stat heavy mechanics and more of like actually doing something mechanics, right?
Action. Yeah.
Right. So it's not like just walk. Yeah, it's not like all right, just walk towards the tank, right?
A lot of positioning.
Yeah,
really. Okay.
It's more of a 3D game. WoW almost feels like a 2D game compared to Destiny.
It does,
right? Yeah.
But it's the same idea of like the boss is like, don't stand in this cone.
Yeah, okay. I'm doing my
for this move.
Or it's like a guy spawns over here, so you got to run over there.
Kill the
ads.
It'll be like a Simon Says.
Similar mechanics, but I'd say faster paced and first person.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't there a boss where you have to jump on certain platforms into something?
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
You actually have narrowed it down to every boss.
Really?
Not every boss, but a majority of
a lot of them, yeah.
One of my favorites is there's just a whole encounter that's just, they call it the Gorgon Maze. And it's just a little hide-and-seek game where you gotta just stealth around these fellas. But what's really funny is people have just worked it out efficiently to one route you can always run and get it every time.
Oh, it's just like a consistent route.
Very funny because you'll see these guys that are like very scary.
Yeah.
And you can just be like, fuck off, and just run through it.
No thanks.
Yeah.
It's like me in the perfume section at the mall.
I'm all set. No, thank you. No, I don't need the flyer to the comedy club.
No.
I'm not doing that.
Me in New York City at Times Square.
I don't want your mixtape.
I want the mixtape. No.
Meanwhile, you have those people who are just there like, oh yeah, I'll try. Oh, I have to pay you for the mixtape?
Oh, $10 isn't enough?
Yeah.
All right, I'll pull my wallet
There was
out.
one time
Get on Spotify.
There was one time a guy handed me his mixtape, and I was like, I do not want to pay for this. Please leave me alone. And he was dressed as the Hokage from Naruto.
That is probably a fire mixtape.
That's impressive.
I had a Naruto shirt on, so he was like, you just can get it for free as a Naruto shirt.
Oh, okay.
So he took it, trash mixtape.
No!
His actual artist name was, I apologize if you're listening, was Novelist the Microphone Hokage.
Damn.
Which I was like,
that's a roller coaster.
That's a lot of words.
Not
too catchy. Yeah.
Not let's know. The microphone, it's getting worse. Hokage, kind of cool.
Yeah.
Right.
That's like,
all right. Yeah.
I know you've told me that story before, but were you in Times Square when you got that?
No, I was at the Javits Center.
I was at Times Square when I got my mixtape, my mix CD, in the late 2000s.
Was it also a Naruto character?
No, his name was Little Cheddar.
Oh, I love Little Cheddar.
And Little Cheddar's album cover was a $20 bill, but the portrait was him in his den. He's just like,
why a 20?
I know.
Not 100.
Or 50.
Yeah, right. No, just a 20.
And it was the album cover. It said, "It's my turn now."
Wow.
Whoa.
Andrew Jackson has had enough.
I know.
It's was it young or little?
Yeah.
Oh, little.
Little Cheddar.
Shouts out. I hope
he's still making music.
you really. Please keep going.
That one listener in Belgium is actually Little Cheddar. He's moved. He's like,
I mean, I don't know. I wish I could get more mixtape walk-ups when people just walk up.
What's the sad thing is that it's like
now it's all digital.
It's all
everything's just check out my Spotify.
The worst part is all those years that I would have seen people giving their mixtape out. I always wanted to, but then they're like, "No, you have to buy it." I'm like, "No, I don't." Like, if you just gave it to me, I would give it an honest to God listen.
Yeah,
right.
And you could take that out of your advertising budget. But
that's the hustle.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
But whenever they were like, "No, you have to give me money," I was like, "I don't really. I'm sorry."
It's like you might hand your mixtape to the one record executive's son,
right?
And be like, "Hey,
that's true."
Although I have also wondered what happens if I just walk away when they say you need to give me money, but I already have it in my hand.
I would not risk that.
Yeah. What happens?
Some of them,
I feel like technically you're not obligated to, but I
feel like the repercussions would be worse.
Yeah, exactly. I
know I can definitely get away with it.
The consequences of what would happen are outside of the realm of legality.
Right. Legally, it's perfectly fine. A man hands you something and walk away, that's no issue.
Yeah.
But if, let's say the guy has a gun, we got a different story on it.
You have to look at the album cover and you'll know.
If
it's Little Cheddar, I'd keep walking.
Yeah.
If it's Novelist, the Microphone Hokage, bro, I'm not trying to get a kunai in the back, bro. I'll give him the $10.
Kids to me in front of an alley?
Yeah, no shit. Yeah. If 3 more of him pop up, I'm giving him the album back.
Please don't jutsu me. Please don't.
How would you feel if a guy tried to rob you in an alley, dressed as Naruto, when you tried to walk away or fight back? He actually did that, but just had 3 dudes dressed exactly like him come out.
I would say, that's worth it. You guys,
that's like,
I'm so glad you're
cheating. I'd give him $50.
Like when someone's doing a performance on the street, and you're like, here's some money, you earned it. They earned it. That's good.
It's obviously a little bit more forced,
but right, yeah, a little more forced. But you know what? You get 1 free card.
Yeah, there you go.
1 free card charge, then I'll cancel it. That one's on me.
Exactly. This is on me. You know.
You get 1 purchase,
exactly.
Then I'll cancel it.
1 get out of jail free card. If I see you guys again.
How people rob people nowadays? If you get robbed, can you be like, listen, here's my credit card, but can I just keep my ID? I don't want to go to
I always feel like there's that joke where like a robber's gonna rob you, and then they look at the wallet like, you know what, I think you need this.
Right. Like you open up your bank app and you're like, bro, now you're good.
Man.
That's my thing. Like, why would I think the days of stealing wallets is over?
Airdrop.
Okay.
What's your cash app?
Here's my Venmo QR code. No, but I think you would just steal someone's phone.
True,
and then wipe it.
Actually, a lot of people's information and lives are on that.
Right. To the point of the Cash App and Venmo thing, there was a guy in Worcester. We're walking around, Shine. It was also Pokemon Go Fest, so I was doing a lot of walking around.
If we ever need more of a reason to leave Worcester,
but no, I was walking around Worcester, and there was a guy, and he's wheeling himself to the bus stop, and he asked if I can give him a push, and I was like, yeah, I got you. And so I'm pushing him to the bus stop, and a woman walks around the corner. And he looks at her and he's just like, God damn, you're beautiful. Thank you. And I was like, sir, that was a little rude. And he's like, oh, no, I was just thanking her. And we're 5 feet from the bus stop at this point. So I was like, all right, I'm not going to leave him here. But if we were further, I would have simply left him. I was
Yeah,
like,
I would've-
that's so weird. And now this lady
Thinks
is-
you're
Thinks that
well,
you're affiliated.
no, not even that.
Okay.
Like, but she like
Sorry.
is having a miserable
loudest
time.
noise
Right? Yeah,
ever.
I'm saying, get fucked, audio listeners. But yeah, I'm like, oh, this lady is just like, I don't know, got like half catcalled by this guy, and like I thought I was doing a nice thing, but like now the person I'm helping isn't even nice, blah blah. But then I push him to the bus stop and I leave him there. He's like, oh, you got like any spare change on you? And I was like, no, I don't really carry cash on me. He's like, oh, I got like Cash App or Venmo. And I was like, oh, well, no, I just don't want to.
Yeah,
he's
you're
like,
just being honest.
I mean, yeah. He's like, oh, all right, man. Like, I was just trying to get something to eat, and I was like, I mean, no, man, I'm good.
I'm sorry, man. Yeah.
I already pushed him to the bus stop, which was like half a block, and also like
Right.
I didn't even want to help him the rest of the way.
If anything, you like put him closer to a position to get some food.
Perhaps, yeah.
Right, like
we were in front of
getting
CVS.
him- right,
Yeah,
exactly.
there you go.
So,
But yeah, it was
that
just
way.
like, damn, how fast it went from like, oh wow, I don't mind helping this person out to damn, like,
Yeah.
Should
You
not have done it.
you could have invoiced him for the services,
Ooh.
right? And then
Oh,
been like,
yeah.
you know what? I'm going to write it off.
yeah,
So the money I would have given
Right.
you, I'm
We'll call it a
writing
wash.
right.
That's
Yeah.
what you should have
We'll
done.
call it
Got
a-
his Venmo and then just requested him $5.
Yeah.
I like that. Like limousine service
Scam him every week, too.
every week. Hey, it's me from Worcester.
Yeah, you remember that thing I
Yeah,
did?
the
like,
interest
3 years ago?
is
Yeah.
building. So,
Yeah, so I would try to,
Yeah.
get that settled.
Right.
I just want to call before we have to, get other
Get the
the
lawyers
courts
involved.
involved, right.
services
I
involved.
don't know
Yeah.
about all that.
I'm just imagining that Venmo request being
I
emojis
do
of like
have
a
a
gun
witness.
and then a guy holding
Just a Naruto emoji.
Naruto,
Three
yeah.
Naruto emoji.
Naruto held you up in
Yeah.
Worcester.
You will not believe it.
I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait for the judge to preside over that.
And the
So
mixtape
you
is
tell me.
bad.
Oh my god.
I'll never forget. I felt so upset when the iOS changed the gun emoji from a real gun to
Right
a water
to
gun.
it was like a water gun.
yeah.
Do we
Yeah.
have the stats on that? Did gun violence go down? Dude, I
More
think-
news at 11.
Yeah.
Did like
Back to that.
reports of threats go down to like, what are you gonna do? Oh,
Yeah.
what a pistol, bro! Like, chill out.
Well, they think all water pistols are real guns now, so they just
Right.
use
True,
water
true,
pistols.
true,
true.
So that's okay.
A cop got that. He's like, I don't see the difference.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, that's a good thing, yeah.
Our super soaker unit. The sword.
Dude, do you ever have like that one friend? I have talked about my one friend in like middle school who like ruined the fads. But like
Okay.
this
Oh, yeah.
super soaker is one that I think of too because like you ever have like a super soaker and you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, this is fun, and someone comes through with like
Like the mega.
Yeah.
That was my dad.
Did you have
My dad had one of the like fucking band ones that went way too hard and like would hurt you.
right.
Yeah, your dad would be the type.
Yeah.
Also
so-
was a cop, so this is
Right,
probably
right.
Might
Yeah.
be related.
And had money. Too.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Money
So-
enough to buy that.
Yeah,
Right,
that's true.
exactly.
No one can take that away.
Yeah.
So me and my friends were like outside of my house playing with our super soakers, and my dad comes out and just goes, "Pow!" and like fucking knocks a kid down with a fucking spray this gun. It's the worst shit.
Yo, Mark Cordick
Yeah.
coming in with a power washer saying, I'm going to win today.
Dude, a kid just got lifted off the ground. It's just like sandals and like dead grass. There's no kid anymore.
That
shit
it's like
hurt.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like smoking, like
Right.
just having like a Kamehameha
Yeah.
flash.
There's just like a kid-shaped outline on the house
Yeah,
next
yeah.
door.
Speaking of that,
Yeah.
totally off.
You like
said
look through the
Kamehameha,
neighbors,
though.
it's just all the way through the shape of the kid. You're like, holy shit.
You said Kamehameha, it reminded me of this. I saw a YouTube short recently of some dude talking about with the new Dragon Ball Fortnite shit.
Oh yeah.
He kept saying, he kept referring to
Oh,
the
yes.
Kamehameha as Kamiyamama. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, we
oh
did.
my god.
I think someone put that in the Discord.
That was
Kamiyahama,
too
yeah.
much.
Kamiyamama.
It's so funny.
What the fuck is this kid talking about?
Kamiyahama.
Now, did that person genuinely not know how to pronounce it,
Yeah.
or do you think they were being ironic?
No, they made like a whole thing about like, hey guys, I didn't know it was called that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Saying that. Like,
That sounds like just some common like dyslexia, like when you read something and it's just like,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Or
it's
if you've never heard that word,
that too, yeah.
you know, like I would never blame anyone for saying epitome.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
that's exactly what Kamiyahama
Yeah.
is, you know? Like that's dude, that's like my favorite bit to bring up. It's just
Yep.
like the first, like no one feels dumber than the first kid to read that word. Like,
Uh-huh.
when you're just in like, I don't know, whatever grade you're in, and you're like, bro, I'm crushing it at reading lately. Like I've been hitting I know what read and read, you know?
Yeah,
I
different
know it
ones,
all,
yeah.
yeah. And then you just get that word, And you're like, blah, 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 so the epitome, and the teacher's like, actually...
Get ready, kid.
It's epitome. And your mind is just like...
Oh. That happened to me in 3rd grade, but not with epitome.
Yeah.
It was the first time I read the word... Or we were reading some shit about desert habitats.
Oh, yeah.
But I read that shit as desert habits.
Right.
And my teacher actively made fun of me for it.
That's pretty
Miss
good,
Noonan
actually.
in 3rd grade.
She actually dusted off the dunce cap. It hadn't been used in decades.
You don't know how special
this is. She was like, and like brought up a stool.
You're the faded one.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I remember that because that cemented in my mind that I hated that woman. And it's like a lifelong hate of that woman for that. Because she insulted me in front of the whole class.
That's crazy.
Matt read her obituary like she got her just deserts. Oh man, God bless her.
Bozo.
Yeah.
God bless.
Joke guy would definitely show
What
up
was her
too.
name?
Miss Noonan.
Noonan
I don't know where
definitely
she
gonna
is
show up
Noonan's
at
on
the
Pack
funeral.
Watch.
Yeah. Joke guy's gonna show up at the funeral
Big
with
cigar,
the desert.
yeah, big
or with
cigar
the
and like a
dessert.
sundae.
Right, yeah. Like,
in a full suit.
On a
full
camel.
suit. Yeah, on a camel. Holy moly.
Oh man.
Come over to her tombstone and just drop some sand.
A cherry on top.
Yeah. Oh, I can see that 100%.
Very fun.
Worth.
Definitely.
We'll have to get some fun bits or things. We're going to a Renaissance fair tomorrow.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So we'll have to get some fun bits for the podcast, or
definitely.
at least a thing with the set.
The one turkey leg. That's
Just
We'll
rotting.
just cement it in a hot cake,
every
some
week,
shit.
every week it just gets more and more.
More and more
decrepit.
decrepit. Yeah.
We'll be in time for Halloween with all the maggots.
True,
Yeah,
That makes sense. And it's like kind of accurate to like the Ren Fair times. Like,
True,
there was
yeah.
no like garbage disposal.
Right, that's true. They also
right?
let
So-
it rot. And
Yeah.
get
True,
disease.
yeah.
I'm trying to
Have
get
a food
yeah.
pit.
I'm trying to bring back a disease.
Audio listeners, that's
Yes.
really the play.
Right.
From next week forward, audio is where we're at.
For audio listeners, they'll just hear us get sicker and sicker.
A couple more coughs.
Right.
It'll be like that one cutscene in Five Nights at Freddy's, where the dude just keeps getting progressively more green and
Yes,
sick.
yeah.
And people are walking down the street that are waving at him, and eventually they're just sort of like, "What the fuck's wrong with this guy?"
Yeah.
And they just start
At
disappearing.
that point, that's when they're like, not any point before that.
Right.
He's just a little under the weather. Like he's a
Yeah,
little tired.
all right, yeah, he's tough, man.
That's the Hulk.
Speaking of the Hulk,
Oh, no.
fun bit. You guys seen the SheHulk?
I have.
Unfortunately.
Have you seen this?
I have. I assume that's real.
I haven't actually seen the show, so I can't confirm it. Well, so the clapping clip I know is real.
That's
You
what I
posted-
meant.
Posted that in
crazy?
Discord.
Yeah,
But the
her
twerking one or the
twerking-
clapping
yeah.
one?
The clapping one, I was like, no way.
That shit
was
killed
crazy,
me. That
yeah.
made me laugh for 10
Yeah.
minutes straight when I saw that. But the twerking clip,
twerking
I
one,
was like, oh my god.
I do not.
bro.
I do not know about this.
Okay, yeah, so they're like, I don't exactly know the context of the
It's
scene.
a post-credit scene, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a
really?
post-credit
It's
scene.
not,
Yeah.
it's not in the show.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's this woman and SheHulk in her office as a lawyer.
Meg Thee Stallion is
Okay.
not main show worthy. Only
and-
Yeah,
post-credit.
can you imagine how much
It's
that
just
cost?
randomly they start playing a Meg Thee Stallion song, and both SheHulk and this woman start twerking in this woman's office. And
Is
then-
it the one that she's famous for, like Body Yaddy?
Probably.
I don't know if it's that song. It's some
Oh.
other song. I don't know.
Can you imagine getting a Megan Thee Stallion B-side?
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole clip. Is just some twerking in SheHulk's office.
Shout out to the
She-Hulk.
animator, by the way, who was just like, all right,
Here it
sorry,
is.
boss. I'm working overtime tonight. I gotta the polygon.
I gotta give the
She-Hulk's
DVR
butt,
kids something to do.
That's crazy to me too. It wasn't like scuffed. It felt like it was obviously CGI, but it felt like way too real. And I feel
Right.
like the editor on that is the type of person who also works on like the realistic sex dolls. Like they are like way too real, bro. Like you spent way too much time on that.
I
It's
think it was like fine. It
it's
was
like
definitely
2D.
one of those like, yes, exactly. It was one of those bits that like I'm like okay, like some executive thought this would be funny.
Yeah.
Right,
Right.
let's include it.
Yeah, but like I don't
get those
I don't
young
know.
kids.
I think it also got like a little extra hate because they're like people are already ready to hate She-Hulk anyway.
Yeah, 100%.
But it's
For sure, yeah. There's a SheHulk haters club, Meg Stallion haters club.
Yeah,
I cannot get over that
women
clapping
haters
clip.
Women haters,
That was
generally,
funny.
yeah.
The clapping
Women
clip,
being
no matter
successful.
what, will kill me.
The clapping really got me.
Yeah, she just sees
great.
the Hulk is like, bah! I was like, my ears.
He's like, clap it up.
Yeah.
It's me when I see Nitro. Oh my god! I'll never forget the first week back at Reboot. Y'all weren't there, but it was like pretty packed. It was like a lot of people, maybe like 50 people or something. And Nitro walked in late, and I stopped whatever I was doing, like mid conversation with whoever I was talking to. Sorry about that, whoever it was. And I just like ran into the middle of the venue, and I screamed. And the acoustics in there, it was like a warehouse, so the acoustics were phenomenal. I was like, "Everybody give it up for Nitro!" And everyone went wild, and he was just like so embarrassed. Usually the objective. So he walked down, and it was also a long walk from the door to the venue.
Oh, even better.
And I pointed him out like pretty far away, so he just had to awkwardly walk.
As everyone saw and clapped.
It was like the Thunder Gaming walk-up intros.
Yeah, exactly. Like way too much distance.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's almost a quarter of the way there.
Exactly.
I'm trying to get back into competitive Street Fighter.
Ooh.
That shit's kicking my ass, though.
5?
Yeah.
Ooh, 5.
Have you considered playing Luke?
No.
He's easy.
I'm a staunch Ken main.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
next year. Like,
they've been releasing some trailers of some fighters. I just saw Jerry, and I was like, Feet Fighter 5. Or Feet Fighter 6, yeah.
Dude, there was a joke in Smash, because they don't put the logo, they put SF.
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
It stands for Sticky Feet. Yeah.
Yep.
Everybody, dude, everybody in that game, no shoes.
Yeah.
No shoes, yeah.
No shoes. I was watching Evo, I think.
Okay.
There's like a Chun-Li outfit where she's just in a bikini, and I was like, they went crazy with this game.
Yeah.
They went crazy with this.
I like the one.
The same guys who worked on She-Hulk must have worked on
That's absolutely.
You ever see her Super 3?
Yeah. But yeah, I'm trying to play that again and actually like go to tournaments and shit for that. That's tough, bro.
It's also, Connecticut happens to be one of the best spots to go to tournaments. So
Yeah, and Street Fighter specifically, there's ironically a big Street Fighter scene here.
Yeah, and it's easy to get down to the city to go fight.
Yeah, if you wanted to do, what's the...
I don't know, the one that's Spooky Stream.
Yeah, Spooky Stream, yeah. I remember that.
Can't remember the name.
Jokai, are you a controller Street Fighter player, a stick?
So I was a pad fighter for a really long time, and then I borrowed a fight stick from our friend Jeff, and he said kind of, whenever you are done with it, give it back. And I've now had it for 2 years. And he hasn't asked for it back.
Yeah.
And I'm still using it.
Well, he said specifically when you're done with it, right?
Yeah, he was pretty much like, I don't have any use for it. I just bought it because...
You see like a red dot on his forehead.
It was a like Street Fighter X Tekken Mad Catz Tournament Series one. She like bought it at an auction, right? It's just like a memorabilia piece. And he was like, yeah, I don't really ever use sticks, so like you can just use it.
Hold on to it,
yeah. So I've just been sort of keeping it and using it.
Cool. No,
I haven't had a need yet.
Gotcha.
Who did you play?
Ken.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm always a Ken player.
Always a Ken player through all iterations of...
Pretty much, yeah. I started like when I was very young in like Alpha 3, but then, always been Ken.
Very hyped to see divorced Ken.
Yeah, dude, depressed Ken.
Depressed,
go crazy.
Divorced.
Any particular reason why you like Ken, or is that just the first character you...
He has funny, flashy fireman.
True.
And that's it.
And he's solid, like, all around, too.
Yeah, generally, he just felt the best to play, too. So
he's the Mario.
He is the Mario, yeah. Just funny, because I guess he would be the Luigi, because Ryu's the Mario.
Ryu's like the main character.
Yeah, I've been getting also into Chun-Li recently.
Yeah, me too.
Crazy.
I've always been into Chun-Li.
Yeah, Chun's...
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
That's why I was like, yeah, you saw that set where Chun-Li's in a bikini. He was like, yeah, dude.
Yeah. I saw Super 3.
Yeah.
I saw Super 3.
Damn.
But yeah, that's been really fun. But I have notoriously a very hard time with charge characters. So it's tough. But
something clicked eventually. I also had a hard time with charge characters, and then I was just like, okay.
I think it's just a matter of exposure because my brain just doesn't know how they work.
So,
like, I understand that you have to. Well, of course, but I just don't know because I feel like sometimes I hold it and move doesn't come out, and then I'm like, all right, let me hold it longer. Move still doesn't come out, and I'm like, all right, maybe shorter, and then the move comes out.
I see
I'm
what
like,
you're
where
saying.
The fuck?
Yeah.
What
you're
happens?
charging too much.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on. My brain just doesn't get it, and I'm so inconsistent with them.
Interesting.
So
Max, do you know how it works?
I mean, it's pretty much... Usually the charge times are never really super long.
Yeah, it's not super long.
A lot of time I try to, if I'm inputting an animation that's long, I'll just start buffering in a charge. Because, charges work whenever, even, pre-fight. So, you can hold that. You can start off with that immediately.
I didn't know they worked pre-fight, actually.
Yeah, they
did not know
I think they start.
Yeah, they do start. Because I, for a while, did play Balrog.
Oh,
and I also did not understand charge. I was like, wait... I remember seeing the move list, and it's like, okay, this direction, and then quickly the other direction. I was like, what? Which way am I holding more? This one or that one? I don't know. And then it just clicked on me, and I just held back, did the move, and just went back to holding the charge. And then I don't know if it's 0.5 seconds or 1 whole second, because sometimes I'm like, okay, I think I waited long enough, let me do it, and then it doesn't come out. I don't know, but I know, you can do it pre-fight, and then just you have to hold it, and then...
Yeah.
Remember when we were playing Street Fighter 4 and we had that funny little triangle?
Yeah,
I think about that all the time.
Yeah, that was cool.
So me, Gabe, and our friend Seamus were playing Street Fighter pretty seriously.
A lot, yeah.
Oh, shit.
And we had this triangle where Gabe would absolutely destroy Seamus. 100 and 0. Right? And then Seamus would play me, and I could not get a game.
At all,
yeah.
And then John
I would play Gabe,
time,
and I'd crush him.
Whoa.
And it was just all of us just could not.
Yeah.
And the other, I don't know, all 100-0 matchups.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was weird.
This is just all of you played completely differently?
We did, yeah. It was Sakura, T-Hawk, and who were you playing at the time?
Used to play...
Why can't I remember?
El Fuerte.
Oh, of course.
Oh
Yeah. The Fuerte.
The Fuerte,
that was a good time.
That was so much fun.
But yeah, basically Seamus would grab me twice and I'd die.
Literally. You always play T-Hawk, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, he'd do half
and then Gabe and I would play an actual game. And I would win.
Yeah.
But they were close.
They were definitely close, but I think you always had that upper hand.
And then you would play Seamus.
Seamus and
could
he
not
was
grab
never,
you.
ever, because I'm always running around.
Yeah.
They were jumping off walls. So
it was fun.
That was really fun. If they ever brought El Fuerte to 6, I would play it for sure. I loved playing Fuerte, but I will definitely play Balrog.
Hell yeah.
I want them to bring back Hakan. I like
Hakan.
Hakan.
Man.
Actually,
Hakan was awesome.
Yeah, Hakan's fun.
One character I didn't think I would like, but then I ended up liking was Seth in New Street Fighter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, in 5?
Yeah,
Seth in 5 goes crazy.
Yeah. Also, they made him a hot woman.
Yeah.
And then also kept his voice, and I was like, this is cool.
It's really great. I really like the character design of Seth, I think, was very well done.
Yeah. I want to play Street Fighter.
Yeah, I know.
Let's all play Street Fighter.
Make our own Evo.
Yeah, right?
I've been playing lots of Guilty Gear again.
Hey.
Let's go.
Nice. Because newest one, Strike?
Yeah. Yes, a lot of brisket.
Strivy. Wait, I didn't even know that they had updated the game yet.
Oh, yeah.
Huge.
The day they announced Bridget, they
what the heck? Dude, I'm buying this.
Anyway, Bridget's
the Bridget
awesome.
Rules. Okay.
Funny cultural differences.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Bridget rocks. They are a rushdown character that can also be ranged.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm really fucking with Bridget.
And you can set up your yo-yo. You can throw your yo-yo out. I mean, they've had this forever, but one of the new tools Bridget has is you can set up your yo-yo above or below, and you can do an input where they'll aerial spin dash towards the yo-yo.
Wow.
But you can cancel out of that animation into anything.
What the heck?
And including a pop-up drop and slam on the ground with your giant teddy bear style move.
That's really cool.
You also have a command grab that does a shit ton of damage. It's very fun.
If we don't go home and play Street Fighter, we're gonna go home and play Guilty Gear.
One of those,
yeah,
exactly.
I want them to bring back Bedman.
Bedman was fun. Yeah, I remember
Bedman's bed got destroyed though in the DLC.
I know.
Really?
He's just man.
Yeah,
He's just man.
Bedman's bed tried to save Bedman's sister.
Yep.
And died in the process.
Bro.
It's so funny talking to someone about Guilty Gear because I'm just like, oh yeah, then the guy in 1600 introduced magic to the world and they opened the backyard.
It's probably all true.
Yeah.
That's the worst part.
Facts. If they ever brought back Slayer, I would absolutely.
Slayer
I used to play Slayer so much in
Slayer's
Xrd.
fun.
So there was code in a leak, and Slayer's totally coming.
Oh, yeah,
Slayer,
I love.
What happened, John?
Oh, just checking the time.
Oh,
Okay.
We are officially over the hour.
Oh, okay.
So
I would definitely play Slayer. 100%.
Yeah.
I love Slayer.
If you don't find out, I'll let you know beforehand. As soon as it's announced, I'm like, Gabe Slayer's in.
Yeah, I'm 100% playing.
Yeah.
but yeah, if you guys are trying to play Street Fighter, I am down.
Yeah.
I have been loving the fuck out of that.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I still have Street Fighter 5, so
Yeah,
technically I can play.
I think we all bought it on PC on sale.
We
So,
did.
Yeah, I bought it on sale, so I don't feel as bad.
Right.
about playing it.
Even Matt played it for a little bit.
Matt played it for a little bit, yeah,
Played
exactly.
a Buki.
Yeah, he
love
did.
a Buki.
He got mad every time I grabbed him.
Yeah, classic Matt. If he's not top of the group, then he doesn't want to play.
Yep.
So.
Which is funny because he's still playing Multiverse.
Still playing Multiverses.
I keep beating his ass.
By the way, I love you, man.
Big fan.
Alright.
Big fan, but
I love that.
who knows if
Yeah.
we'll get there. With Multiverses, probably not.
We'll see.
Oh, didn't they just officially announce the Gremlins character?
Yeah, which is funny,
Yeah, I
right? Because
saw that.
no. So 1.0 or season 1
Okay.
came out with a banner and it's Black Adam and Stripe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then they announced on Tuesday that Gizmo is coming
Right.
instead.
Yep.
So, no,
instead?
I don't know about instead, but I'd imagine they're not going to release 2 characters at once.
Yeah.
But they just put a trailer like, watch out for this Tuesday, and it's Gizmo popping out of a chest. So I don't know if
Wow.
maybe Gizmo is like in the stage for Stripe, but it might just be Gizmo.
Wow. Literally just straight up.
It seems weird they would introduce Stripe and not Gizmo.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm breaking away from the topic,
No,
but I
it's
had a
fine.
question about Black Adam
Yeah.
and also the character Shazam.
yes.
Do they both literally just have a thunderbolt on their chest?
Are
Are
they-
they the same
Both,
character?
but
They're not the same.
No, they're not the same character.
So they literally reuse the same, like practically the same design for both
Correct.
characters.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Costume design, yeah.
I love the
I
story of
love comic
Shazam
books.
because I was never aware of Shazam until I was like 15,
Yeah.
and I bought Mortal Kombat, or I
Yes.
rented Mortal
Came
Kombat
versus
vs. DC, and I played it with my friend. We were having like a sleepover or something, and we rented it.
In that game, though, he's Mr. Marvel, right?
No, he's Shazam.
Is he?
Yeah, and I remember I didn't know who it was. I was like, who the fuck is this dude Shazam? And a small child ran out in the intro and yelled, Shazam! And turned into a big guy. And I was
Yeah,
like, I'm instantly invested.
Right.
So
I hate when
wanna
kids
know
do
more
that
of
for
him.
real.
Yes.
That's basically how Shazam works, right? Shazam is just like
Yeah,
Captain Planet, like, yeah, all of us.
Yeah, he was a little
Oh,
child
yeah.
imbued with power by a wizard, where if he yelled Shazam, he became Big Man.
Yeah, big.
I actually thought because it was a Mortal Kombat game that he just murdered that child. like a lightning
He's
bolt
like,
came
as
down.
he's coming
yeah,
down.
yeah,
I
yeah.
see,
He just
I see.
and the child like got gibbed,
Yeah.
and then he just went to fight Scorpion. That's what I thought.
This Gore-Tech is wild.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I'm excited for Black Adam to come into the game. I'm mad it's not going to be Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
yeah.
I'm definitely sad about
He
that.
can't be
too.
in Fortnite and Multiverse.
No, I actually
That's true.
I wanted them to add him, but like for several characters. Like,
True, yep.
It's just Dwayne as Black Adam, and like Dwayne The Rock Johnson is like him from Jurassic Park.
As
Then
LeBron.
Jumanji
And Rampage.
Fast Furious.
But they're all different.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're all
Driving
different.
a car, yeah.
The Rocks. Yeah.
All different The Rocks, yeah. I
Yeah.
like that one.
Actually, could Dominic Toretto be in Multiverses?
Yes.
Is it a Warner Brothers property?
We'll look into it. There's a lot of
Really?
characters.
There
Actually-
are, but
actually-
I really want Fast and
Actually-
Furious to be
That'd be
represented.
Crazy.
Does Viacom own Fast and the Furious? Because I feel like a lot of those aren't necessarily just Warner Brothers, right?
Yeah, Warner Brothers also is secretly like a much bigger organization.
Right,
Right.
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. We'd have to look into it. But
I'll
I would
find out, yeah.
Oh my
very
God.
much be a
Put it in
Dominic
the,
Toretto
yeah.
main.
Well, 'cause you can't lose either.
Yeah, I can't lose
yeah, when you have
contractually.
family. Yeah.
Right.
Put on the family bird.
Well, did you know that?
Put on the family.
Contractually, Vin Diesel cannot lose a fight in a Fast and Furious movie.
Really?
It's built into
part
his
in it,
contract.
I believe that. That's true.
He can only ever tie in a fight. That's
Kind
his
of.
version
You
of
know,
it.
that makes sense. I forgot which Fast Furious, if it was 7 or 8 or something, but he did a fight with somebody
I
like
know.
out. Yeah, you know
He's
what I'm
wearing a
talking-
white.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he has a
then-
wrench and they're beating each other with
Yeah,
wrenches
but
and
they
there's no dirt on
ended
it.
up tying. Yeah, I remember. I was like, there wasn't like a clear winner. I was
No,
like,
yeah.
that's really
That's
yeah.
Dom's version of
Wow,
losing.
I did not know that. Wow.
Yep.
That's crazy.
There you go.
It's fucked up.
Well, on
Just
that
can't
note,
lose. Yeah.
Yep.
Speaking of not losing, neither can we. So
yeah, this podcast stays
stays
winning.
And we do that by
Stays
keeping
winning.
it tight and concise. So
That's right.
that's gonna be it for us.
All right, bet.
Thank you all for tuning in yet
Excellent
again.
segue.
Yeah, it was really good. Probably one of my best.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. This is episode.
1,000,000.
7?
5?
69.
It was 7. You got it.
Ooh,
Oh,
7.
you lost.
Yeah.
Good job, Max.
You have a lot
All right.
more than I realized. That's
we're cranking through them. Actually, wait. You know what? I think this is 6. Shit. But you were still closest.
You were the closest.
By a lot.
True.
So good job.
Huge margin, yeah.
But all right, y'all. Thank you, and
have a beautiful night.
We'll see you next time.